Can you believe Nissan seems to be on fire right now? They're on a roll, kicking butt with these latest announcements. Roush is teaming up with Nissan on the Frontier to create a more off-road worthy vehicle for a very good price. That was a surprise. The Frontier is already my favorite mid-size pickup truck, and it just got better for 2026 while not getting a big price hike. The new Nissan Leaf, priced under $30,000, getting over 300 miles of range. It is now one of the best EV buys out there on the market. And then we get today the announcement of the Nissan Kicks updates for 2026. Now, there are small price hikes, but you actually get something for those price hikes, unlike a lot of the competition. They're just jacking up prices and not giving you anything to show for other than a new model year. And the reason I'm so excited for the Kicks is because the Kicks has squarely landed as an A-tier vehicle on my list. In fact, I should add a couple words here. The powertrain, even though it's a CVT, it is peppy. It has a new 2-liter engine compared to the old 1.6-liter in the outgoing model. It handles well, spacious for its class, good tech. All right, so it does so many things well, but it does everything well and gives you a good price. Has that stuck around for the 2026 Nissan Kicks? And the answer is yes. It has raised $600, but we get upgrades along the way. If you guys are excited for Nissan kicking butt right now, no pun intended, in the entry-level market, they have really good buys, whether it's the Versa, the Sentra, the Kicks. They're all very good cars in this entry-level segment. I mean, the new Sentra redesign's right around the corner, which is just going to carry Nissan's momentum. So what do we have new for 2026 Nissan Kicks? And don't worry, we'll look at deals in my area as well on this model when we're done going through the press release. The cheapest Kicks S model for 2026 gets standard the 12.3-inch infotainment system. Yeah, it gets a big screen. The irony is, like, this car costs 22 grand, and like a Lexus RX, for example, the base screen on an RX, I think, is like a 9-inch screen or something. So like, you're getting high levels of tech here for bargain basement prices. You have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, 2 USB-Cs up front, a new cold weather package for Kicks SV and SR grades, bundles heated front seats, heated mirrors, and rear floor heaters for an ideal option in cooler climates. Obviously, I don't really have to worry about here where I live, but the Kicks already has one of the best ground clearances, which is great for if you have to drive through snow. And then, of course, you have optional all-wheel drive, which is new for this generation. And then you can also get this cold weather package, which is a huge upgrade for cold climates. Now, you can get the Kicks with Sirius XM. You might be saying, Kirk, what's the big deal here? No, it's a big deal. Honda and Acura, for example, have been cutting out Sirius XM with all of their new refreshes. It's very frustrating if you're a fan of satellite radio. Nissan Kicks doesn't have it standard, but you can still get it on, I think it's the SV grade, as well as the top SR grade. Best in class ground clearance, like I mentioned, I want to say it's like 8 inches. Let me look this up. Yeah, almost 8.5 inches for the Kicks. It's absurd. If we look at the Crosstrek, 8.7. So, not quite best in class ground clearance, but pretty darn close. Has best in class rear cargo space with 30 cubic feet of cargo space. When I detailed the Jeep Cherokee yesterday, the redesigned Cherokee, that vehicle's enormous and expensive, and it only has like 33 cubic feet of cargo space behind the second row. This has almost as much, being half the size as that vehicle. Standard safety features, you do get cruise control, which I appreciate. I want to say you get blind spot monitor as well, standard. And then the SV and SR grade gets Pro Pilot Assist, which has lane keeping assist, for example. Now, they say 28 mpg, 30 in the city. I was seeing like 33 miles per gallon in the city. Big fan of the fuel economy. Here's the full pricing. this year. Again, about $600 increase of last year. So it's time to look at deals in my area on the Nissan Kicks. Now, this might surprise you. And it surprised me because I had no idea Nissan was doing this. They actually have 2 Nissan Kicks on the market. They have the Kicks Play, which is a previous generation, first gen Kicks, and they call it the Kicks Play, and it comes in just one trim level. Let me show you. Okay, if you go to their website, Kicks Play right here. What? Why? It's only about it's less than $300 apart, assuming they also raise the Kicks Play's prices for the 26 model year. But why would you ever buy the Kicks Play instead of the Kicks? It has less power, less space, and it costs the same. I just don't understand why it exists other than as like a rental car, honestly, at this point. So if we weed out the Kicks Plays, which you absolutely should, do not buy a Kicks Play because it is too close in price to the real Kicks, the second gen Kicks, which is so much of a better vehicle. You can get them for under 22 grand here. Now, that's a 25 model. The 26s haven't hit the lots yet, but just lets you know the 26s, well, you should be able to get them for around $22,000. Now, I know if we look at the base price, it says $22,430, but then you have $1,500 of destination, so we're close to $24,000. But these dealers more than likely will incentivize these things. All right, I want to take a look at what the old screen looked like on the inside of this Kicks. Look at this dorky screen. At least you had a massive, oh wait, what? I don't even know what this is. It looks like a volume knob here, but the volume knob's right there. So they got rid of this dorky screen and they put a real screen in there, which I'm really excited about. And here's the big 12-inch screen. It looks so much better than this really dorky screen. That's gone now. You don't have to worry about that. Now, it probably behind the steering wheel, this is still there on the base S model, which is okay. All right. You have, I think, 2 smaller digital screens here on the upper trims. If I go back to the Nissan press room, the upper trims have a nicer MID, which is a screen behind the steering wheel. It's a 12-inch screen, I believe, behind the steering wheel. But I'm telling you, it's not necessary. All right, you have what looks to be like a 6 or 7-inch screen here mated with a 4-inch screen over here. So you have 2 digital displays behind the steering wheel on the base model, a big 12-inch screen now replacing this dinky screen over here. So I'm excited about it. You know, Kicks still has a USB-A as well for data. I wish it was a USB-C, but it's not the end of the world. Man, look at the zoom in on this screen. Oh my gosh. All right. I don't think Apple CarPlay and Android Auto was wireless here. Now it is. Okay. Because you get the big screen that has wireless phone connectivity. So that is awesome. Big fan. Now, I want to get back to the deals, right? Let's just say you can get a Kicks for $22K. Really good buy, really comfortable, fun to drive, good fuel economy. You know, a Corolla Cross is $3.5 grand more, and it sucks way more to drive. Okay, the Kicks I actually enjoy driving. The Corolla Cross, non-hybrid. The hybrid's great, but the hybrid also costs about $30,000, which puts it in a different class. All right, but the standard Corolla Cross with a CVT is not good. It's not a good vehicle, and I would happily save $3.5 grand and buy that over a base Corolla Cross. This is a joke. Okay, Honda HR-V. It's a little bit nicer on the inside than a Corolla Cross. I would say it's about equal to a Kicks, but the tech is going to be lagging here. It handles well like a Kicks, but the fuel economy is really bad on the HR-V from what I remember. All right, and the Kicks is slightly faster as well. And the Kicks looks hell of a lot better than this dorky HR-V. Honda needs to get a hybrid on this and refresh the front end. They need to make it look a lot better. It's just really, really blobby, and the HR-V does not move any needles for me. Mazda CX-30, pretty sharp car. I feel claustrophobic in it. The windows are really small. The doors are really high. It's a very compromised interior space versus something like a Kicks. Now, it also costs about $3 to $4 more than a Kicks. I would easily pick a Kicks over this car as well. No hesitation. Now, this offers something that the competition doesn't, which is a 2.5-liter turbo with 250 horsepower. Like, this thing is a little rocket, but look, it costs quite a bit if you wanted to, like a carbon turbo, for example. It's over $30,000. It's just in a different class, right? This would compete against, I would say, the Corolla Cross Hybrid in terms of performance. This would edge it out, obviously, in performance. But the Corolla Cross Hybrid blends performance and fuel economy. This is going to suck down the gas quite well. And the last Japanese competitor is the Crosstrek. And Subaru is charging about 27 grand. Now, it's about 2 grand off of MSRP, but this is, I know it's standard all-wheel drive, but a lot of people don't need all-wheel drive, and the Kicks offers all-wheel drive if you need it. All right, but still, entry-level to entry-level, this is about 5 grand more than a Nissan Kicks. All right, and then you have the Koreans as well. Those are decent buys. I mean, the closest thing I would say is not the Seltos. It might be the Kia Soul. So let's take a look at the Kia Soul, because I've driven that vehicle in the past couple of years, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think the CVT performance in there is better than the turbo performance in the Kona, for example. All right, but let's look at the Kia Soul here. Also a cute car like the Kicks. I'm a big fan of the styling. Yeah, here's the thing. Ooh, you can get, why is this one under 20 grand? We're talking great deal here. Is the Kicks a better vehicle? Absolutely, the Kicks is better. Is it 3 grand better where we're seeing the prices? And the answer is probably. Now that you get a big screen in the 26 model, this is a good buy here, guys, that we're seeing under $20,000 for this guy. Now, it doesn't have the same ground clearance. It doesn't have optional all-wheel drive. Well, let's look at the interior real quick. It's been a while since I've been in a Kia Soul. All right. Oh man, that's looking pretty bad. That looks pretty antiquated, but I do like the physical climate control. I guess it's a bit cutesy, but it's also a bit tacky at the same time on the inside. Yeah, Nissan Kicks is better, but this is, if all you care about is monthly payment, I like this screen here. This is better than the Kicks. And I like the steering wheel controls too. It's just ugly. Feels like I'm coming out of like 2001 with all the circles. All right, but decent car, pretty decent car. Would I take this over a Corolla Cross? Yes. Would I take this over an HRV for the price? Yes. Would I take it over a Crosstrek? Yes. So like this comes in right behind the Nissan Kicks, but it's not as cute. The interior is not as good. The performance is not as good. The fuel economy also is not as good. I was expecting better fuel economy on the Soul, and the Kicks has better fuel economy, better performance. It's just in every regard, essentially, it's a better car, but you can get it for like 2 or 3 grand less. The Soul, I can't believe the Soul's still around and it's that cheap. So I love searching for deals, and I love also updating you guys on updates on the Nissan Kicks and other vehicles that are new for 2026. So stay tuned. I will be driving the new Leaf soon in a few weeks. I can't say more than that. I don't even know when embargo is, but to me, the Leaf is kind of like a shrunken down a Crown Sport in this red color, has similar lines, and it's fully electric. So it's kind of like what the Prius could have been if they decided to make it fully electric. So like, I know I'm comparing it to Toyota. I shouldn't be, because Nissan can stand on its own. With the Leaf, it's a shrunken down Aria. I really like the Aria. Okay. But the Aria is just a little too expensive. That's where this Nissan Leaf is going to kick serious butt. And I didn't mean to put another kick pun in there, but think of this as a fully electric Kicks. Could have an Infinity badge. That's how luxurious this vehicle is when I toured it for you guys. Anyways, I'm hyping up the Leaf because I'm excited for it. And yeah, I can't wait to drive the 26 Nissan Kicks when it comes around to my press fleet once again, because I cannot wait to put it on the A tier once again. Will surprise me, and I'll put an S tier. I highly doubt it, but A tier, it's just a really good car. I'll see you guys in the comments. Have a great day, and peace.